Hi everybody, I'm David Vonderhaar, Game Design Director, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and you are watching Eurogamer.
Hey guys, Ian Higton from Eurogamer here, and I've only done snuck myself into the Call of Duty European Championships. There's going to be sweat, there's going to be tears, hopefully there'll be no blood, but there has been a hell of a lot of foreign swear words. But what do you expect when there's $1 million up for grabs? Let's face it, Call of Duty players get a pretty bad rap on the internet, especially here in YouTube land, and console gaming at a competitive level is sneered at by the majority of PC-based competitive gamers. So when Activision invited me along to check out the first ever Call of Duty European Championships firsthand, I leapt at the chance to see the phenomenon with my own eyes. Armed with my camera and my own preconceptions about eSports, I almost expected it to be like that end scene in the Fred Savage movie The Wizard. I jumped on a plane to Cologne, and the first thing I did when I got there was to ask Black Ops 2's game design director David Vonderhaar exactly what was at stake at the event.
The stakes are actually quite high. So here we are at ESL, and this is the European Finals, right? So we're going to crown a champion of Europe for Call of Duty Black Ops 2. The top 8 teams are going to actually have invitations to come to the Call of Duty Championship, which happens in early April. I think it's April 5th through the 7th. And the championship is a big prize money at line. These players, 32 teams in total from all over the world, are going to compete for their crack at what is in total a $1 million prize pool.
That trip to LA was a huge deal for the players attending the event, more so than actually coming first in the European Championships, and there were 2 teams from the UK in attendance who were up against each other for that coveted plane ticket. I managed to corner both teams before they went head to head, and first up I spoke to Ryan Monksy Monks from TCM Gaming about the differences between PC and console users in competitive Call of Duty.
There is a big divide between what's more skillful, the PC or the console, but I think, it's relative to kind of what instrument you're using. They use joysticks, we use controllers. But I think for competitive COD, I think console's sort of taking it at the minute. We used to see with COD 4 it was kind of pro mod, but it's all changed now, and I think console's really becoming the forerunner for Call of Duty.
All the lads from TCM Gaming were polite, quiet and well spoken, the kind of guys you wouldn't mind your daughters dating. In contrast, the other UK team, fariko.dragons, were brash, confident and full of swagger. They were embracing the atmosphere and well aware of the importance of showmanship in competitive sports. I've been watching the other European teams playing, and they swear a hell of a lot. Are you guys vocal players? Are we going to hear some swearing?
I am myself. He is. I'm worse. If you want to see swearing, then watch me, man. I'm going to go absolutely crazy because that's what gets into their heads. I know. That's our game plan, really. We get into their heads. Myself, I play better when I'm shouting at people. I don't know why, but it gets me more hyped for the game.
And passions did run high during the matches. At first, the aggression caught me off guard. How are they not being told off or given warnings? Why do people seem to treat it like an everyday occurrence? But then, as I noticed players shaking hands with the people they had been insulting literally 2 seconds earlier, I realised it was all a pantomime, a play for the cameras as much as an intimidation tactic. It made me think of the famous tantrums John McEnroe used to throw during tennis matches. There he was, a pro player in one of the most serene sports available, and he became a standout sensation, not just because of his skills but also because of his over-the-top persona. Then I overheard one of the players talking about how they'd had makeup artists applying makeup to their faces, and it got me thinking about Pro Syndicate and KSI and how YouTubers like them are becoming huge celebrities in their own right. Could this breed of gamers be the next generation of sports stars? Could they be the next McEnroes, the next Wayne Rooneys? I asked David his opinions.
I actually love the sort of celebrity part. There's in fact some pro players that have really big YouTube channels themselves, right? And create followings, and when they come on the streams, their fans come. And I think that's phenomenal. It is that same thing that you're talking about, something that we embraced very early on with Black Ops when we added the theater feature for that sort of YouTube famous guy, right? And now we have some of this eSports agenda for Black Ops 2, which creates those eSports heroes, right? And I love creating heroes. I love creating Call of Duty Black Ops 2 celebrities.
I asked the same question to Sean Charles, the Vice President of Marketing and Public Relations for Turtle Entertainment, the production house who broadcast the event live.
For sure. I mean, if you look at some of the different, let's say, games that are played out there, and you look at some of the games that have been around for a long time, like the StarCraft celebrities, like Grubby, or League of Legends celebrities like Ocelot. These are guys that are taking home serious cash. It's a 365-day job with a really healthy income on it as well. Sponsorship from all the kind of things that you'd imagine, whether it be hardware, lifestyle, fast-moving consumer goods, and I think that really gives them a massive chance to present that. But at the same time, because of what they're doing and the way they do it, they're often really in touch with their fans. So utilizing social media heavily and really, I'm practicing a game, come join me, I'm streaming, I'm talking, codcasting, all these facets give such a possibility to interact with your audience that your audience feels so much closer to you, and of course with that the celebrity rises. So I think we're going to see loads more of them coming along as more games appear and more people invest in esports.
And then it was time for the UK v UK match. Not being a big sports fan myself, I was pleasantly surprised at how much excitement I felt in the build-up to kick-off. The buzz in the studio was incredible. With so much on the line for these young guys, you could cut the atmosphere with a knife, and as I studied the screens and listened to the codcasters describing the tricks and tactics used by the players, ones that I could never have even imagined, it suddenly clicked with me how deep this type of competitive gaming went. The shouts and screams are what stand out at first, to be sure, but when you're there next to the action and you hear the teams frantically communicating with each other, working together to secure that flag or disarm that bomb, you come to understand the pressure and the dedication it takes to reach that level of gameplay. In the end, fariko.dragons came first, securing their spot in LA and leaving TCM Gaming to go home disappointed. But the competition didn't end there. The next day, the winners were back to go head-to-head for the European Championship trophy and the chance to call themselves the best in Europe. The fariko.dragons breezed through their first round and then began a match with the French team Millennium, which was without a doubt the highlight of the whole event. Both teams played like they were on fire, a furious tug of war with no clear winner in sight until the final hardpoint match where Fariko gave no quarter and smashed Millennium, even though they made a brave push right near the end. And then, in an instant, the two teams who seconds ago hated each other were all smiles and handshaking, all tensions gone and all mid-match insults forgotten in amongst a mutual respect for each other's skills. Fariko's final match ended in defeat against Irish team Epsilon, who walked away with the first place trophy and a prize pot of €5,000, and then the event was over, a stunningly successful display of skill, tactics and drama. So, what did I walk away with? Well, for a start, I walked away with the knowledge that competitive Call of Duty is a proper eSport. No matter what people say about the game or the fact that controllers were used over mouse and keyboard, this was a proper sporting event, with over-the-top showmanship from some players and quiet, focused, Mr. Miyagi-like concentration from others. For me, it was an eye-opening experience. Until now, I didn't realise the reach and appeal of this type of event. The amount of eyes on the live stream was incredible, and the level of cash at stake is immense. As video gaming gets larger and larger, I truly believe and even welcome the fact that esports will continue to grow alongside it, especially with developers like David Vonderhaar leading that push and tailoring their games towards the esports crowd.
Obviously, you did an update recently that allowed players to do their own live casting and stuff. So you're almost like training people to be like thinking that Black Ops is the next esports thing. Is that you're going to be pushing the franchise?
Yeah. So there's a couple of things that we did. I think the two major ones is around this very important thing that we like to talk about when we say making the game fun to watch, right? Because making it fun to compete is part of the equation, and making it fun to watch is the other. And so codcasting, that's the feature in the game that allows someone to be the play-by-play or the color commentator, right? Telling you what's going on and giving him the tools to be successful. That's what that codcasting feature is. On top of that, players can actually live stream their games to the internet. Even if you're maybe not such a great player. You can actually learn a lot by watching better players. So this is not something that you have to be a pro player to enjoy. You can actually enjoy and participate and learn something even if you're not a pro player.
They are a mere 70 points away. Make that, well, a little bit less. 60 points away of taking this up. And you know what? Gataga, the little death machine Buddha. Well, that's kind of ironic. Is doing it here.
He's
Look
going
at
big
this.
with the
They're
death
coming
machine.
back.
They are actually coming back into this game. Dragons had it. They were in
This could
complete
be
control.
the most sensational game of Hardpoint of all time.
This could be the most sensational series of Black Ops 2 of all time ever. It has been amazing. And now Dragons have control. They are just 30 points away from taking this semi-final and advancing to the final, where they can potentially win 5,000 euros one ball with Broken. Dragons have control. They need to try and contest it.
No.
Dragons are looking so good. Gataga needs to go in now. He's got the victory.
Gataga
He
won.
gets the kill.